Hey guys, this is Panda here with another video, and talking about Genshin. This is going to be like an update to my last video where I was kind of sharing my initial thoughts of the game. But definitely now that I've played this game much more, and it's been like, I think over a week since this game has been released, I want to say. I've definitely played a lot more, got to experience a lot more, and now that the rose-colored glasses have come off, kind of seen some of the flaws, and I'm just gonna talk about it. And yeah, so I'm at adventure rank 30, and I have completed the story, or at least completed the story so far. With these kinds of games, with gacha games, they don't, when they release, they don't have like a full complete story from beginning to end. It's usually like the first couple chapters, and then over time they add a chapter and another chapter and so on, and usually they kind of just stretch the story until the game dies, and then once the game's dead they do a finale and so on. But yeah, we're done with the story basically, and most of the quests, there could be some hidden like world quests here and there that I probably didn't see in some like corner of the world, probably, maybe, I don't know. But the biggest thing I've noticed is that my playtime has significantly gone down for sure. That's just because there isn't much to really do anymore. I mean, yeah, there's still the exploration aspect, but it's just not as rewarding or as fulfilling as it felt the first, when you first start, because treasure chests in this game aren't really as exciting anymore, unless you find like the highest tier chest, which is like a luxurious chest or whatever. Those might have some purple items in them, but for the most part, chests contain white or green items, maybe a couple blues in there, and that's just not exciting, because that's usually just going to be your fodder to level up your weapons, to level up your artifacts. And yeah, that's pretty much what you're gonna be using them for once you get your four star stuff, which you can acquire easily. So basically, my days whenever I play Genshin is just to log in, do my dailies, which is the commissions, and spend my resin. And that is probably, as most people would agree, the biggest flaw of this game. Resin is the energy system in this game. It's not anything new to gacha stuff, right? There's always been an energy, stamina, whatever you want to call it, system. This game is no different. But Resin in Genshin Impact is used to, basically, this is how you're going to get your materials to ascend your characters to higher like level caps. This is how you ascend your weapons for higher caps, and yeah, pretty much all the farming aspect is gated behind Resin, which takes forever to regenerate. You can bypass, of course, the regeneration time with Primo Gems or using a Resin refill, which are given to you fairly often as you're leveling up and getting the adventure ranks. The biggest problem here, though, is that you go through your resin so fast because of how little you have. Like, at first I thought 120 was pretty generous, but now that I'm seeing how costly some of this stuff is, it gets drained so fast. So for example, this is like the weekly boss that you can fight, and he's supposed to drop, let me see, potential rewards. Yeah, he's supposed to drop a bunch of stuff here. He can even drop 5-star stuff potentially. But this thing costs 60 resin to do. That's just one time. And I mean, obviously you do it once a week, but still 60 resin. Bosses are another thing I wanted to point out. Bosses are also how you get character ascension materials that you will need, right? They can also drop some artifacts. Again, as you level up your world, they'll drop better stuff. So 4-star or 5-star stuff are potential drop stuff. But here's the problem. It costs 40 resin just to open the chest that pops out when you kill the boss. So you can only fight bosses 3 times a day at most. That's it. Right? Unless you're using the refills, which again are limited unless you're buying them. Actually, I don't know if you can buy the refills, but you can for sure buy the primo gems to refill your energy. So that's probably what a lot of the whales are doing to bypass this. But like I said, my days on Genshin are pretty short because all I do is get on. I'll do the commission quests, which are very short to do. And then I'll spend my resin on whatever I need or whatever I'm trying to go for at the time. You know, if it's character materials, weapon materials, character, you know, bosses or whatever. But the thing is, like, I just don't have a lot to play, like a lot of resin to play with, so I have to just choose, like, am I gonna fight a couple bosses today? Am I gonna do a couple dungeons today? Like, you can only do 3 boss fights or 6 dungeons. And by the way, I haven't even done those dungeons co-op anymore. Like, co-oping with randoms has just been a pain, and it's faster just to do the dungeon by yourself. But maybe like late game, I don't know, maybe like level 60 plus dungeons are better to do in a co-op sense. But for now, I'm just like doing them myself. I don't see a point in having to go through all the annoying co-op stuff. But yeah, I just do that, spend the resin, and then maybe explore. Like, I haven't explored and gotten every single chest, done every single challenge, gotten every single offering. Like, I haven't done all that, but to me, exploring should feel like something secondary to do while you're busy with the other, like, main content, not the main focus, right? Because right now I have nothing to do, so the only thing left is just explore. Again, the chests don't really have anything of value to me that's exciting to get anymore, because you're probably just going to use them as fodder to level up your weapons or your artifacts or whatever. So it kind of like kills the whole exploration aspect for me once you realize, like, well, there isn't really, you know, much to get from exploring. If anything, you're opening those treasure chests to advance your adventure rank. That's pretty much it, because they gate the story content and some side quests behind your adventure rank, which took me a while to get to, by the way, because once I ran out of quests like around adventure rank 25, 26. So it really slowed down once all I could do was just dailies and then explore. Dailies, dungeons, explore. DDE. That's all I do. It's pretty much how it's been. So yeah, it's a little disappointing. If I had any suggestions, it's pretty much what everyone's been saying. Either increase the resin maximum amount, please, or decrease the cost so that we can do more. Maybe decrease the like cut everything in half would be great, but I don't know, that's probably asking too much. The other thing I want to point out is the battle pass. So the battle pass has some ridiculous weekly missions. Some, not all of them, but like in a week we're expected to do the Storm Terror Domain Challenge, which is 60 resin there. The Wolf of the North Challenge is another 60 resin, I'm pretty sure. Elite opponents cost 40 resin each here. Again, keep in mind this all has to be done in a week. And then the Leyline Deposit Challenges 20 times. That's 20 resin each time you do those, so that's 20 resin each time you open the thing, right? Domain challenges are also 20 resin when you open them, and then you're somehow expected to spend 1600 resin in a week. Like, I want to say I've been playing and doing my daily stuff, at least definitely for sure spending my resin, and I only have 2 days left to spend. Yeah, like, this isn't happening. This is not happening. I can do these two just from exploring and farming the materials and stuff, but yeah, what the heck. But I've been told that you don't have to do all of your weeklies. You'll get the battle pass surely, but you know, slowly but surely, just doing dailies and other stuff. I guess to sort of summarize how I'm feeling about the game is that you know, it's you know, the initial honeymoon period has definitely worn off, for sure. And while the fun, you know, of exploring has been lost, well, for me, and I know there's some players that like to actually just, you know, they're fine with just exploring the world, and even though it's not as rewarding as it was in the beginning, they still find it fun to explore every nook and cranny. But I'm just not one of those players, and of course with the story not being there, it's kind of like, it feels like the world's just kind of dead. But there has been an update from the devs. They have said that, you know, when the new stuff is coming, unfortunately it's not going to be for a while, but new content will excuse me, will be coming in November. And they also explained why there was lack of events when the game was released. I'll link the Reddit post in the description below if you guys want to see that official announcement from the developers. But essentially it was too buggy and they didn't want to release it in that state, so that's understandable from the devs, you know. Hopefully they can just release it later or something. Maybe like, just, I wish there was some sort of event or just something else to do, but at the same time, you know, it is a gacha game. Like, I'm used to kind of like this sort of thing, this time gate, just do your stuff, wait till the next time. So do I still like the game? Yes. Is it fun? For the most part, when I have the energy and the dailies to do stuff, but I'm definitely not spending my whole day playing this game anymore, for sure. It's not going to be like a main game is what I'm saying or anything like that. It's definitely just something to pick up every now and then, do the new content, and then just, you know, log on, do some dailies, and move on. So that's what I wanted to say. It's still a fun game. If you haven't tried it yet, though, I still recommend you try it. The first initial hours of this game is nothing short of amazing. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.